Have you ever wondered about the origins of different nations and languages? Let's take a journey back in time to the pages of Genesis chapter 10. Often referred to as the Table of Nations, this chapter provides a biblical record of the descendants of Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, after they emerged from the ark following the Great Flood. These descendants, according to traditional beliefs, are the founders of the world's nations and languages. They spread across the earth, establishing communities, cultures, and dialects shaping the diverse world we know today. Genesis chapter 10, therefore, serves as a historical and genealogical map, painting a picture of the early post-flood world and its people. It is a fascinating chapter, full of intriguing names and places, each carrying its own unique story. So are you ready to explore this ancient list of nations and tongues? Now buckle up as we delve into the verses of this fascinating chapter, starting with the sons of Japheth, the eldest of Noah's sons. Now Genesis chapter 10 verses 1 to 5 introduces us to seven sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. These names might sound foreign to you, but don't fret. They represent the forefathers of nations that spread out across Europe and parts of Asia. Gomer is traditionally associated with the Celts, while Magog's descendants are believed to have settled in the lands we now know as Russia and Ukraine. Madai, on the other hand, is linked with the Medes, ancestors of modern-day Iranians. Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras, they are said to have fathered the ancient tribes of Greece, Turkey, and the surrounding regions. Isn't it fascinating how these ancient names connect us to the world we live in today? So next time you meet someone from these regions, remember, you share a common ancestor according to Genesis. Moving on to Ham, Noah's middle son. Now, from verses 6 through 20, we delve into the genealogy of Ham's descendants. This lineage is extensive, but for simplicity, we will focus on some key points. The sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan, were the patriarchs of numerous tribes and nations. Cush, the eldest, is traditionally associated with ancient Ethiopia, while Mizraim is linked to Egypt. Put, on the other hand, is often connected with Libya. And then there's Canaan, the youngest, whose descendants became the Canaanites, a people who held significant influence in the ancient Near East. These sons and their descendants over time spread out and populated vast regions, particularly in Africa and parts of Asia. These are not just names on a page, but the roots of diverse cultures and civilizations, each with its own rich tapestry of stories and history. It's truly fascinating to imagine how these descendants spread out and populated different parts of the world, isn't it? Oh, finally, let's explore the lineage of Shem, Noah's youngest son. As we delve into verses 21 through 32, we unravel the genealogical tapestry of Shem's descendants. These verses chronicle the lineage of Shem, beginning with his five sons: Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. Among Shem's notable descendants is Eber, from whom the term Hebrew is believed to have originated. The chronicle continues to trace the lineage down to Abram, who is better known as Abraham, a seminal figure in Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions. It's fascinating to note that these descendants of Shem are traditionally associated with the peoples of the Middle East. This association provides a rich historical and cultural context to the biblical narrative, bridging the ancient past with the present. And that, my friends, concludes the sons of Noah and their descendants, according to Genesis chapter 10. But what does all this mean? Why does Genesis chapter 10 matter? Genesis chapter 10, and also known as the Table of Nations, is a pivotal piece of the biblical narrative. It provides an ancient interpretation of the world's demographic layout, tracing the lineage of humanity back to Noah's three sons, Japheth, Ham, and Shem. The diversity of our world, with its myriad of peoples, languages, and nations, finds an explanation in this chapter. Each son and their descendants are attributed to different regions and cultures, forming a mosaic of humanity that is as rich in its diversity as it is interconnected in its origin. This chapter is not just a genealogical record, but a testament to the shared ancestry of all humankind. It's an invitation to appreciate our shared heritage, to acknowledge our common roots, and to celebrate the diversity that makes us unique yet connected. Remember, no matter where we come from, we are all intrinsically connected, according to Genesis chapter 10. Until our next exploration, stay curious and keep learning.